Hello, everyone. Welcome to our 14th episode of a Northeast Ohio Sports Show. Hunter can't make it tonight. It's me, Liam, and my friend Alan with me. It is June 12th. Let's get into some quick sports stuff. We have the score and time of the NHL Finals right below us. Edmonton and Florida right now tied 0-0 with 11 left in the first. We got some MLB above us too as well. Our first topic is a funny topic, which is about Corey Perry and getting roasted instead of warring on the ice during Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Final, Florida versus Edmonton. A veteran enforcer, Corey Perry, dropped his glove and dropped a two-handed slash on Nico Mikkola, looking ready for a fight. For twist, instead of engaging, Mikkola just pointed at Perry and laughed, being laughed off is not how Perry, known for his intensity, is expected of a night to go. Why it's funny, it's a masterclass in trolling, giving Perry a taste of his own medicine and turning a tense conflict into a comedy drip. Because he also gets a penalty for it, and the other guy doesn't get a penalty at all. When you fight in hockey, you end up both getting penalties, so it kind of hurts you guys. So that's a lot of it too. And it was all
Someone
over
like that is
social.
some dirty shit, though. I'm not gonna lie. Just
That'd be
being like,
me.
yo, you suck.
That'd be me, old
Number
ass.
one
I'm
way to
too
piss
quick
someone
for
off.
you. If you're slashing someone, yeah. So I don't know. That's crazy to me. Funny as crap. You have to look it up. I mean, we have our first main topic, which is about fantasy football with Alan. He'll be talking about that real quick.
Yeah. So we're gonna run it through real quick. Three-time champ, 3 leagues last year. Let's hear it up. We're gonna be confident all year and probably get smoked this year, but we're gonna talk about a couple breakout players and sleepers starting right off the rip. New York Jets. Three-time champ, baby. New York Jets, they got who the fuck they got right now? They got Russell Wilson out there. Or no, they got Justin Fields. So Jalen Polk right now, he's been carving out a wide role right next to Garrett Wilson. I don't have much faith in the Jets after the whole Aaron Rodgers debacle, but his ADP is rising. They are saying they want to grab him right now in your dynasty leagues and watch him on the draft boards when you get to your fantasy football leagues on ESPN. Another person, Keaton Mitchell on the Baltimore Ravens. Obviously, Derrick Henry's getting a little bit older. His explosive speed with Mitchell last year as a complementary piece behind Henry. Looking for a bigger workload, especially with Henry turning, I believe, 30s at this year, even though he's coming another year of that big contract. Couple injury updates we got to look at. Brian Thomas Jr. looked awesome last year with his rookie year. Kind of pissed I passed him up in my dynasty league, but he had that little shoulder scare, obviously. But at the end of the day, Liam Cohen, the new Jags coach, said it's not a big deal. And then Michael Mayer, the Raiders TE that I believe just drafted, is expected back pretty soon. But Brock Bowers is going to carry that workload because that boy is him. Couple of people to look out for though coming up to this year's draft, trending upward. Brian Thomas Jr., as I just mentioned, that's scary and a problem, and that boy's workload's going up, especially with a lot of those CBs getting off of him, with Travis Hunter going over there, especially with him knowing how to teach him with the CB skills he already has. But we're hoping a breakout year of Trevor Lawrence with Liam Cohen. We'll see if Trevor Lawrence is that boy or if he really ain't going to live up to that Gatorade Sports Championship, whatever high school award shit he won that Nick Wright's always boasting about. And then one person we should look down on right now is Tony Pollard, Titans running back. That backfield's looking crazy, especially with some of the draft picks they picked up. But at the end of the day, since he's left Dallas, that ain't even worth touching. I'm going to be honest with you.
Before you keep going, I
So
want to say one
let's
thing.
keep looking at these coaching.
One thing, Alan.
Yeah, shoot it.
Nick Wright could eat my ass. That dude hasn't had many good takes in my whole life.
Nah, that's my boy. That's my boy, bro. I fucking love him. That show is fucking awesome. Shout out First Things First. But uh but that boy's gambling device made me money in fantasy. Thank you. Liam Cohen, though, I'm gonna be hitting a lot of Jag stuff because I'm pretty influenced by the Jaguars, but I might have a couple fantasy players there. But he previously led Tampa Bay to that top 5 ranking in yards and points, leading Baker Mayfield to that 4,500 yard passing season. And we're going to see what he can do with Trevor Lawrence, much bigger Baker Mayfield, that's for sure. And then Bobby Slowick, the new Texans offensive coordinator, has an aggressive passing scheme. CJ Stroud obviously had that down year this year. We'll see what they can do with these new, or lack of new weapons, with Diggs doing pink cocaine and shit, and the Patriots. So we'll see what the Texans can do this year. A couple quarterbacks to watch out for. Joe Burrow on the Bengals. He's coming off a massive year with 43 touchdowns, which people are considering was going to be a down year with the last year and the way they were playing. Always watch for that slow start, but at the end of the day, that team has all 3 big boys signed. That Trayvon Henderson, I believe, or whatever is what's that guy's name on the Cincy? That D that's being a pain in the ass getting that contract signed. Regardless, Cincinnati Bengals always someone on watch. Baltimore Ravens locking it down. Shout out Lamar Jackson, my dynasty quarterback. Jaden Daniels obviously coming off that QB1 level workload last year. Let's see what he can do this year. But at the end of the day, that sophomore slump isn't not a joke. Wide receivers, Malik Neighbors, real dog at the end of the day. He had Daniel Jones thrown to his ass. And that boy had a couple, 12, how many fucking yards did he have? Like 1,200 yards or something? And like averaging like 15 catches a game. Dog. Straight dog. And then let's watch for Trey McBride for another fucking great year. That boy was eating with that fucking Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray's great at the end of the day. It's another year. He's a little short king out there. Shout out our short kings. But he's going to keep that workload up. And then obviously tight end 1 coming in this season, Brock Bowers, baby. Let's see what he can do with big dog Geno Smith. But at the end of the day, we'll keep you updated going forward. But right now we're still in the slow season, seeing what's going on. I'll give you more insights coming forward, hopefully. But back to Liam for the moment.
Heck yeah, good job, Alan. Thank you for that. Appreciate all that fantasy advice and football input. Now we'll be talking about race cars. Hell yeah. Go with Formula One standings. Just like last week, same as last week. Oscar Piastri's in first, McLaren driver. Lando Norris, another McLaren driver, is in second. Oscar has 186. Lando has 176, 10 away. Max Verstappen's in third at 137 for Red Bull. George Russell for Mercedes is in fourth. Charles Leclerc for Ferrari is in fifth. Lewis Hamilton for Ferrari is in sixth. Kimi Antonelli for Mercedes is in seventh. Alexander Albon for Williams is in eighth. Isaac Hadjar for Racing Bull is in ninth. Esteban Ocon for, oh god, who does he even race for anymore? Haas? Haas in 10th. Kind of forgot about that guy. Standings just like last week. McLaren's in first. Ferrari, Mercedes, Red Bull, Williams. Racing Bulls, Haas, Sauber, Aston Martin, Alpine. This Sauber team is owned by Kick. Kick has a F1 team. That's crazy.
Is Kick that streaming service?
Yeah, and it was a chat messenger
yeah.
when we were younger, if you remember that.
Yeah, that's where all those mofos went off of once they got banned from Twitch and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, all the hot tub chicas and stuff like that, and all the racist dudes. Yeah, typical.
And like for dudes that incite like people fighting them in the streets. Those are
I
mostly
can't
the
say
Kick
I've ever
streams.
tuned into any of those hot tub chicas, but if anyone has in the chat, please tell me, was it worth it?
Well, they
I might
actually-
go look up some previous videos.
Are they actually like Japanese chicas, like for 2D virtual streamers, just in a hot tub? Balance.
Not even the 3D rendering, just straight 2D blocks, baby. Roblox.
That's how I like it. Then our next topic, Hunter was going to cover Browns OTAs. I think they're in minicamp right now. Do you know anything about the Browns right now?
I haven't been following too close. I did see a bit today from First Things First. Liam's a hater. That Shedeur Sanders had like 8 touchdowns and had an insane pass percentage.
That's
Big
what I've
Dog
seen too,
Flacco
yeah.
had like 2 touchdowns and an interception. Gabriel had like I think it was like 7 touchdowns, but his pass percentage was like 50%, which is pretty ass.
Mhm.
And then what's his name? Kenny Pickett had actually a pretty decent percentage, but not many TDs. I might be wrong. Flacco didn't have the interception. I think Pickett did, but you know what they say about small hands, Pickett. So
I don't. We need to drop Kenny Pickett right now. I don't know. I'm Steelers quarterbacks. They need to get. All right. Next thing right now, we got NASCAR and IndyCar recaps. NASCAR last week was at an oval, one of the fastest ovals they do at Michigan, at the Michigan International Speedway. I think they consistently do 210 there. Our boy Ryan Blaney from Ohio did horrible. It's okay though. He finished. He was like +3 at the end of the race. He was leading for a bit, but something happened. Yep. And I didn't watch what happened, but he probably got hit because people were hitting people
I
all
think
goddamn day.
was he the one that got? Was he the one that ran out of gas? Maybe. Like my brother and my dad were watching that shit and blowing my phone up. I think Blaney might have ran out of gas to Hamilton. Hamlin,
Yeah,
or some
Hamlin
shit
won.
like
Yeah, that
last
would make
Sunday.
sense.
Yeah, I think that was it. He ran out of gas. What choking? It's like running out of gas and fucking when you're trying to peak performance, baby.
I know, right?
Don't
What the
ever run out of
fuck?
gas.
He's won a championship before. That's
Yeah,
kind of
bro,
crazy.
we'll never talk to you again after that.
Both be walking, be like, "Hey, could you go to the gas station for me real quick, baby?" But yeah, like we were saying, Denny Hamlin did win that race for Toyota number 11. Boucher got second. Ty Gibbs got third. Bubba Wallace got fourth. Kyle Larson got fifth. Never F Kyle Larson in the chat. Don't like that guy. Ross Chastain got sixth. Smith got seventh. Kyle Busch got eighth. Pierce got ninth. And Brad Kozlowski got a 10th. Horrible name to say, but you know it happens. And I'm pretty sure Blaney got like, oh my god, 32nd out of 36. So bad day. Bowman, who drives 48, kind of like Jimmy Johnson's replacement, also DNF. People like him. The next NASCAR race is this weekend at oh my god, it's for Mexico City Cup. Yeah, Mexico City race at 3 p.m. Indy cars at night.
We're
on
gonna be
Sunday.
sending them chicas out there, baby.
I bet they are. I remember, like, do you remember a couple years ago at the NFL game at Mexico City, like they were using lasers or something? Imagine doing that to a NASCAR driver going 200.
Dude, that'd be wild. That'd be wild. That shit bag will explode.
Also, never forget watch the NASCAR South Park episode. That'll make you respect NASCAR a lot more.
Just remember, none of you are dumb and stupid enough to do NASCAR.
Nope.
Ask Eric Cartman.
We covered IndyCar last week. The last race in Detroit. The next race, however, is another. IndyCar only does 2 ovals. They do the Indy 500. Then they do this race in St. Louis, Worldwide Technology Raceway in Madison, Illinois. I don't even know how to say this, like for Bomberetto Automotive GP 300. It's in 2 days and about 22 hours.
Did you say DP 300?
Come on now. That's kind of what it sounds like, to be fair. And oh, actually, the Panthers scored. We see that below us. They're up with 5 minutes left in the first. And then that was also the series is Florida leads the series actually 2-1 right now. And for NBA is that 2-1 Pacers?
Pacers right now. Yeah, they were at home the game 3, and they actually pulled out that win. They were big underdogs for that game. OKC
At
kind of
home too.
choking a bit,
Wow.
but at the end of the day, the Pacers really might be them. Yeah, I mean it's game 4 now back at Pacers. I think tomorrow, so we'll see how it goes.
Mhm.
If OKC loses this, I mean, might be over.
They done. Yeah, tomorrow at 8:30 on ABC. The spread is OKC -5.5.
I I don't know. I bet Pacers.
I would,
Yeah, that
especially at
boy
home.
Halliburton might be him.
Yeah. No, I agree.
We'll see though. We'll see.
And like not giving a team home field advantage is kind of crazy, but
Yeah, I mean OKC lost it when they lost. What was it? Game 1. Yeah, they lost game 1, I think. So that's when it was home for them.
yeah, I agree. When you lose a home game, you're kind of effed in the finals. We've seen that as Cavs fans time and time again. When we were getting screwed by Golden State for them a couple years.
Hey, we got 2016. That's all we need.
Sure, we got Kyrie blocked by James. I will. The last thing I will remember before I die is probably that audio.
Dude, I remember watching that shit live at like the side of Score, like when they were playing on the projector, and that shit was wild, dude. I just remember the bouncer sitting out there, and he's just standing there like straight faced, and I was losing my shit. I just go buy him a shot, and he was like, "Thanks, buddy," and I'm like losing it, like I'm like, "This is sick." Having
We got a finals, baby. That parade was
shout out
crazy. A
Score.
million people. Oh my god. Yeah, no,
Dude,
that's
I wish I
insane.
went to that shit. I was working at Lock Keepers.
Yeah, I had to work too, so I wasn't going. So now we're talking
R.I.P.
about NBA. We can cover up some more F1 topics real quick about Canada, which is the next race. Max Verstappen, the driver champion last year, is 1 point away from a race ban because he likes driving into motherfuckers. It happens, and he gets a lot of points bans for that. But for points also reset. So if he gets a ban, he probably won't win the championship this year. But his points will reset, so that's also nice because in FIA, your points go across like sports. So if you wanted to do world endurance, you would have points, but it'd also go into like next year if he stored a lot of points. Wouldn't be good. Um, can he stay clean? Because Montreal's kind of tricky. It's very fast, it's straights and then tight corners. He has a very aggressive driving history. Literally, when Max Verstappen came out in F1, they had to rewrite for regulations because they're like, this motherfucker just doesn't care. And he was really good, and they knew he was going to be good. So they're like, money. So let's just rewrite the regulations. And, like, before, if you were, like, for first on a corner, you could take the whole corner. But now, like, you can't do that because Max will just dive bomb your ass like you're playing, like, Mario Kart. But you don't hit people in Mario Kart either. It reminds me like Forza, which I used to play a lot of. People love to hit people on
Dude, I
corners
used to be a dick in Forza.
because you could ride someone that's right off a corner like they're a wall.
Or the good old NASCAR Thunder 2004, turn around and just smash and wreck every car so you can keep playing.
Going 200.
Shit.
So we'll see. I personally don't think Max could balance his aggression with caution and still like challenge his fourth straight Canada win or even the championship. He's not in the championship this year. I mean, he had his first kid this year, so a lot of people are saying he might take a year off, a sabbatical next year. I mean, the kid's going to be 1, so I don't know what that's going to help with. But and then go back to racing. So we'll see. Lance Stroll, who's a very crappy Aston Martin driver, Aston Martin if you're British. He's coming back home. His dad is a rich billionaire from Canada. He helped like Hugo Boss and a bunch of fashion companies make a lot of money. He had wrist surgery and missed the last
What
race.
fashion brand, you know?
Um, I think it's like Hugo Boss and Calvin Klein. There might be more.
Interesting.
It's like a bunch of European.
I've been watching a lot of
yeah.
Shark Tank. I want to find some good FUBU brand by Damon John. I don't know if that's still around.
It is. People buy Fubu. I mean, my girlfriend buys Fubu all the time, but it's just like, what you buying
Really?
at? Yeah, like Payless Shoes has them a lot. I like Payless because I was just telling people about this. I buy my Hey Dudes there, and then they'll have like cheap work
Nice.
shoes, and then Fubu for Brandy. Kohl's. I actually, Kohl's was selling that shit back in the day. They probably still sell it now. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I'm looking for like a nice purple leather robe, or not purple leather, but like a purple robe and like a nice gold cane to start walking around with.
I agree, man. For my limp, because I got a big limp.
Nah, call me slick back.
Also in F1, McLaren has a stronghold. This shirt's actually a Pato Award era McLaren IndyCar driver, but they're doing really well in F1 right now with Piastri Norris in the title race. Um, Piastri holding a 10-point lead over his teammate. They kind of need to focus on like inner team dynamics. They have issues of like when you have two good drivers, who's going to be the best. Race strategy in Montreal: fast straight, slow corner layout, kind of hard to pass. So we'll see. It's kind of like a Saudi Arabia type track. And we'll see. Like could an inter-team rivalry spur or sabotage? Because it happens a lot too from teammates or even like a mechanic themselves. And we also have shitty air quality because like we even have it here in Ohio. But this past week, the Canada wildfires messes up race quality day for health risks. The engines
We're
might not be
breathing
able
that
to
shit
run
in
as
as
well.
much as I can.
What's an air purifier? I don't know what it is.
I got one of them
There it is.
bad.
I got one in here too because
Gotta
of my
drain all
cat.
my PC dust somewhere.
That's smart. Um, so we'll see. Hopefully everything's good. Last year, a race, one of the practices, got canceled because there was so much smoke. Haas, that American team, from Gene Haas, they make CNC mills. They're turning retro for their 200th race. So that's kind of cool. I think Gene Haas is a felon now. Um, and he got banned from NASCAR for the same reason. And like Gene Haas only shows up to the American races because he can't leave the country. Something about fraud. I don't know.
Shit happens, man.
I'm not a lawyer, yeah. Because Gene Haas used to have a
What is
NASCAR
it?
team with Tony Stewart, actually, but then they
Interesting.
canceled it this year, probably because of money. They didn't have the money to keep it going.
Yeah, I just guess he doesn't have enough strings to pull. I think Meek Mills said like I can't go to Canada, but I know Drake and I might check my calendar or something like that. So like, he just needs to get some more strings to pull.
He does. That's in both, if I'm not mistaken.
Canada's a hell of a vacation, I bet.
It is, and like it's a
No
good
duty taxes on your alcohol.
get some of that green leaf. But it's not that far away either. It's Montreal. But like F1's kind of
In
pricey,
reality,
which sucks.
yeah, I looked at Vegas a couple of years ago, or like 2 years ago, with my buddies, and it was like the 2 nights sold out. The first night, 1,900 for a room for one bed, and I'm like, fuck, I ain't got that.
No, one night 1900. That's crazy.
Dude, it was fucked up, and that's not even the ticket. That's just the hotel.
Yeah, that's pissing away money, and like they tried to block off a lot of views, so like it was kind of hard to like be in Vegas and watch it from your hotel room.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Kind of trying to make that max money. Like
Blocks
they
on which
had
room you're allowed to go up. It's like you're not allowed to go up any floors. F you this weekend.
only the first 3 floors. But like in Vegas, there's a bunch of
Walk the
pedestrian
stairs.
bridges with glass, and they covered all the glass, and they covered all the pedestrian bridges, so
Dude,
you
what the
couldn't
hell?
see. It was crazy. Money.
No reason.
Yep.
Greed.
We kind of already
Greatest
talked
sin.
about the Stanley Cup, Easter Conference. Wait, yeah, Florida and Edmonton. They went in the second OT. That was before though. Now it's still 2-0 now, Florida over Edmonton. And I think that might be it. Let's see what we got. NHL big awards and retirement news. The Norris Trophy went to Kale Makar, claimed his second Norris Trophies. League top defenseman retirement. Longtime Capital TJ Ozzie retired after a 16-year career. He's a Capital though. He ain't a Penguin, so I don't know who that is.
Fuck the Penguins.
Come on now. Now one thing that happened.
YTW.
Um, F1 came out with their calendar for next year, and they normally had Monaco and the Indy 500 on the same day, different times. Now they changed it with a Canadian Grand Prix, which is this weekend. Next year is going to be the same weekend of the Indy 500, Memorial Day weekend. Which sucks, but it does mean that drivers will be able to try to complete the Triple Crown again. Actually, I lied, because Le Mans is this weekend, which don't forget about that, 24 hours of Le Mans in France. Problem is, the Triple Crown is winning Le Mans, winning the Indy 500, and winning Monaco in F1. To make fucking Monaco the same weekend of Le Mans, you can't do that. So it doesn't really help that anyway. Look at that cute pussy, too. Oh my god. That cute puss. Oh my god.
Snickies, don't step on the keyboard.
My cat's just sleeping over here, so he's probably upset. So that's interesting. There's a lot of like people mad about that, like Danica Patrick. A lot of people have to choose. Oh my God, see Chonky, bro, you were right.
That's my mommy. Love Danica Patrick. Shout out, even though Eric Hartman shit on her in South Park.
Yeah, she's actually a pretty good commentator. I won't lie. This is my cat, bro.
Yeah. Unit.
Unit, bro. See, Matt, I woke up from a knee out.
She's the other cat. She's like, I want to kill it.
But yeah, she like Danica does Indy and NASCAR and F1. She does decent. People for Europeans hate her on Facebook. For Europeans trash her for just knowing NASCAR. But fuck for Europeans.
Bigots.
That's what I'm saying.
Bigots.
They could just never be intellectuals or have an intellectual conversation. That's all I gotta say about that.
Don't even fucking shower twice a day.
Oh, my favorite is, what if? Well, at least.
Put floor in your water, Europe.
You need it, god dang. Whatever your only country that does it.
You don't brush your teeth.
And once again, Detroit, we talked about Indy last week. Kyle Kirkwood broke Alex Palou's streak to win Detroit. Team Penske and Andretti Global faced post-race infractions. Penske president called it for worst week. And that's about it. Any other topics before we're done for the night here, Alan? Appreciate you staying in and having that fantasy topic with us. That was awesome.
Of course, brother. No major topics. Watch out for Baker Mayfield being the best quarterback in the league next year. Dark horse MVP. That boy. Mr. Him.
For Browns are horrible. I do not want to be a Brown. I hate the Browns. I'm sorry. I loved them growing up. I still kind of do. It's horrible. Losing him was dumb.
Bro, they raised their season tickets $30 a fucking ticket this year for my seats that I split with my dad and his buddy. And I'm like, bro, I ain't giving you another $120 for my seats when we're gonna suck as bad as we did last year. Like, I'm not forking out a G, bro, to go sit and watch them suck. I didn't watch one win last year in person. I don't know if I can do it again.
You know, that reminds me of the bad times growing up.
Shout out that indoor stadium coming though. Shout out.
That's what I was thinking
that
too.
-20-degree game.
Do you think that's why? Do you think they're gonna try to like raise prices to see? Okay, once we have the indoor stadium, we could have it be even way more.
Shit. They gotta fund that shit. Yeah, they gotta fund because they know everyone's gonna hold on to their season tickets so that they can get that indoor dome and then sell their season tickets and all that BS. It's just all everyone's cheat. Like, dude, that waiting list for those season tickets is egregious.
Oh wow.
Like, Browns, bro.
Yeah, my dad sold his like ticket rights like 2 years ago for 3 times of what he bought them for season ticket spots. And I was like, that's
dude,
crazy.
My dad's boys had them for like 30 years or some shit like that. They're like on the 35-yard line, like 8th row or 12th row.
Mm-hmm.
Shit's crazy. Great view, but great view of watching us get our shit stomped. At least I gotta watch my boy Lamar Jackson out there killing it for me once a year at least.
True. Yeah, but I'm the same way. I would rather watch it at home, man. It's more comfortable, easier on us, less time watching the shitty team lose.
See, if we're winning, that's an electric stadium to be in, man.
It is. I've seen it.
Especially when you go to the tailgate Muni lot.
I was at Joe Thomas's last game. I've seen some good games there. Do you remember when man?
Good game.
You remember when Peyton Hillis came back? I don't know if you remember that. That was a home game, Kansas City. I was at that game. That was actually crazy back in the day.
That would be wild. I remember once watching a game at Manny's with my boy Jordy, who's a huge Ravens fan, and we were fucking watching at my crib across the street from Manny's right before halftime. And we left, and the Browns scored, and we came back, and like fucking, we were like walking around for a minute, went to Speedway, the usual debauchery run, and we got the Manny's and they scored again right after the kickoff. And I bought him a beer and it was like tied, and the Browns scored again. Takes with a full fucking beer, just slams it in the trash can, walks out. Everyone's just booing him because they know he's a Ravens fan. Greatest experience watching that in my life, bro. Best $3 I ever spent on a beer.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, we had some good games. I remember. I'm just blessed to be able to play in the snow. Jameis Winston, he had some great games for us, and he did a lot of dog shit. But that snow game was crazy.
The speeches were crazy.
It was. That dude had 2 brain cells left, but he let them go. Don't forget, guys, to like, sub.
They were fucking
Fighting. He's funny now. He's for Jets now. He's learning how to say gabagool and shit. He's becoming one of the people. Because he got Danny DeVito.
Oh, that's funny.
All right, hope everyone has a good night. Don't forget, like, sub. We also have our Facebook below. Make sure you like that and share it on social
Like
media.
it up.
Appreciate that. Hope everyone has a great Friday and the rest of your week.